Hello once again. This is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and we have been gathering up the Southwest Athletic Conference volleyball coaches for our new exciting program featured here in the fall, where we're going to be exclusively zeroed in on the sport of volleyball. And now we have the ambassador of the Alcorn State Lady Braves, also known as the head coach, and that is Coach Chelsey Nicholas. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm wonderful, and welcome to the open mic. What we're looking forward to being an exciting and a strong, productive relationship. Just want to take the opportunity to highlight and present to some and introduce to others Coach Nicholas and how she has ended up at the helm of the Alcorn State Lady Braves.
Yes, very excited to be a part of Brave Nation, the Alcorn State University. One, I am a SWAC baby. I played for Grambling State University volleyball team under Kim Young. Really good program, knowing how to win and what it takes to win in the SWAC HBCU. I played, I did club. I ran the club. I have the background of just volleyball, knowing the game of volleyball. Head coach in high school for about 10 years, and just interviewed for the job. Took a chance, knowing that I always wanted to be a volleyball coach. But not only that, my first job, I always wanted to come back to the SWAC or HBCU to give back. Just bring exactly what it actually needed, just a coach that actually loved the game and knows the game of volleyball. So I just know that that's what was missing at Alcorn State. They had the athletes. They just was missing that coach that actually have the passion. So, like I said, I interviewed for the job, went against some other coaches, well-rounded coaches. But, it was a blessing that I actually have the first opportunity to be a head coach at Division I university. So, that's a blessing. So I'm here now. I'm ready to bring this program to the next level, be competitive, bringing in Division I volleyball players. And not only that, being student athletes, I push academics. I'm big on academics first. So that's one big thing where I learned from Grambling State, where that no matter what, we definitely had to be students first. So that's one big thing that I'm all about. But I'm so excited for this upcoming year. We have a good bit of good recruits coming in, and we got some returners that's coming, and we're so excited just to be a competitor this year.
Well, it's absolutely an exciting time of year, and I'm just going to divert just for a second with you being an Grambling alum. You got to be excited of what has been going on at Grambling Nation. You got a new athletic director in the likes of Paul Bryant. You just brought back another young lady for compliance, Tiffany Sykes, I want to say, that you brought back for compliance. I know your focus is with Brave Nation, but you got to have an undercurrent about feeling good about what's going on back at the alma mater.
Yeah, I definitely try to keep it separate. But at the end of the day, I am a Tiger. I am a Tiger. They taught me a lot. Alcorn is in the small area. Grambling State is in the small area. But at the end of the day, they taught me a lot. We just had to figure it out. We were, like I always said, that we were students first, and we made sure that our coach just made sure that we had everything we needed to accomplish being a great student. So I'm so excited for their football team. I'm excited for the president that came along. I know he's from that area. I met him a few times when I was there, actually being a student athlete. I'm glad where the athletic department is going. But like I said, my job now is being the head coach at Alcorn State. And, at the end of the day, when I step on the court with State, that's just another school that I have to beat, So that's my focus now. I am a Brave, and I need to do my job to the best of my ability, and that's my job. I will do it. And we will be a competitor this year. We will be, my mission is to be definitely in the top 8 of the tournament and even be in the NCAA tournament. So that's my mission, along with the girls that's coming in, the girls that's now.
Absolutely. We're talking with Coach of the Alcorn State Braves. We just had to get that GSU flash out of the way. Now we can go back to the mission at hand.
Yes.
Now, Coach, you come in from a pretty successful program that was at Grambling State University. You highlighted yourself. Alcorn has had the athletes, but there was a missing element. And the buzzword today is changing the culture and redefining the brand. What has been your greatest challenge in actually doing that in Brave Nation?
Changing the culture is saying that when you have learned how to lose, that's something that you, as a coach, you have to, shake it up. Shake it up as saying that when you have athletes that have learned how to lose, and they've been losing for a certain amount of time, and they've been content with just playing and saying that I'm going to the game and I'm playing. And my saying is that we can't just play. We have to be the players. And if you ask anybody that, played for me last year for Alcorn State, they know, we don't just, I don't want just people that's playing. If you can't be the player, you can't step on the court. We have a lot of people that's playing. Everybody can play. Everybody can go into physical education and play volleyball. But at the end of the day, when are we going to step on the court and recognize who are the players? And when you can come in the gym and say that I'm going to be the player that's going to change the culture at Alcorn State, University with the volleyball program, we're going to win. So, it's the hardest thing right now is just getting those girls to understand that you can't just play. You have to be that player.
Well, it's also a process of elimination also, isn't it? Because
yes.
You can't, everybody wants to come in chopping heads, but sometimes people have not been used to being coached up.
Yes.
And you can have a diamond in the rough, and you don't want to get premature at whacking heads off. So that's probably the most frustrating part, knowing where you want to go, but then trying to see who's here that's ready to go with you.
Definitely. And I did. I came in. I gave everyone a chance. I didn't do that, just cut anybody. I gave everyone a chance, opportunity to actually become a starter. I don't believe in classification. You're a senior, you start. You're a freshman, you have an ability to be a leader. I don't say captains. I don't do captains. These days you have to be a leader. You have to develop that leadership. And sometimes leadership is not just about speaking, talking, or is it all about showing on the court, So, when I came in, my speech was, who's going to step up? Who's going to take the challenge? Who's going to be the change? So, yes, I definitely gave everyone the opportunity to sit there and be the change, be the player, be the person that stands out, and, just make history. Who don't want to make history? Who don't want to be in the history book saying that, we can make it to the SWAC tournament. We can fight for a SWAC championship. We just like everyone else. I don't just put us at HBCU or the SWAC. Let's line up with LSU. Let's line up with Florida State. Let's line up with University of Texas. I'm that good of a coach. And that's how I train myself every single day. I have to wake up better myself, so I demand them to do the same thing.
Well, I got to be honest with you right now, Coach. I am actually feeling your passion right now, and that's exciting. Yeah. Because what happens, being an old SWAC warrior myself, I'm tired of the concept, as you mentioned, let's just go play the game. I schedule games to project winning those games. I'm not just showing up to say that we fulfilled an obligation according to the NCAA ordinances or whatnot, that we have a certain amount of games to qualify for the regionals. I want to schedule games that's going to give myself a chance to win. Now, that might take a process of me accepting my bumps and lumps, but each bump and lump is going to come with a life lesson that's going to make me a better person and a better ball player when the dust settles.
Yes. And I totally agree, and that's how, when I came in, everything schedule was already made. This year is my year, bringing in my own recruits. I didn't get everything that I wanted, but at the end of the day, I believe that, I'm a Christian, and I believe that God puts people in your life for a reason. The recruits that I received, that's who God wanted me with, and at the end of the day, they still are great recruits. you know. So, like you said, that, you know, the schedule that we have is a little rough. It's a little tougher than last year. But at the end of the day, you know, we have to do what we have to do. A win or lose, you have to do it the right way. And I train my girls like that. I train that doing it right, you know, technique will always overcome outcome, because at the end of the day, if you do your technique right, just keep working hard, we will win. Well, I know we're going to win because I know what I'm doing, and I know that these girls are coming in that are volleyball families and volleyball backgrounds, and they love the game. We're going to do it. We're going to be the surprise, and I'm so excited.
Well, we're speaking right now with the definitely motivational speaking, fired up Coach Chelsey Nicholas from Alcorn State Lady Braves. We are excited for the forecast of what's coming down the pipeline with volleyball, in particular with the Southwestern Athletic Conference through the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Now, Coach, I got to ask you this question. I coached a long time ago, and it's very challenging, to say the least, dealing with the 21st century athlete. How do you separate from choking somebody out to trying to get them to really buy into the big picture?
The steps that I actually take is, one, give them an opportunity to, you know, trust me, you know, then, because nowadays, you know, like when we went in school, when I went in school, I was like, it don't matter if I don't like my coach, I don't matter if I don't trust her, I'm going to respect her, you know, the time that she's in my life or whatever. Even now, she come around, you know, it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You know, I'm going to respect her because of who she is and her title. But, you know, the 21st century athletes, that at the end of the day, they feel that you need to give me respect. I will give you respect. It don't matter if you're my head coach or anything like that. Because, so, right, you know, as a coach, we just got to learn how to adjust. You know, we can't just be like, well, I'm the coach and this is where it's going to go. At the end of the day, that, you know, we have to do what we need to do if we want our program to excel and get better each year. So my thing is that I have to learn how to adjust, you know, and that's going to make me a better coach. At the end of the day, it's not, you know, each year we're going to have different athletes, you know, so these kids are coming from different backgrounds, different cultures, you know, some speak different languages and everything. So first thing I have to do is do my job to the best of my ability of adjusting, but not changing my philosophy on coaching. That's not going to change because I know what I do is going to work. But me as a coach personally, I know that I can't coach each girl the same way. I cannot. It won't happen. You know, your program won't get better. So, you know, first I have to know how to adjust, and then once those girls see that coach is willing to work with me, they're gonna buy into the program. And once they buy into the program, we just gonna keep getting better and better each day.
You got me over here thinking that I can find some eligibility for some volleyball somewhere and do something, because it's so dead point on what I've been saying. Now, we hear a lot of people always talking about facilities, and yes, to a degree, facilities do make a difference. But there's also, you got to have a system, and you got to have your approach on how you work with what you have. Now, in all intents and purposes, this is no knock on the Southwestern Athletic Conference, any HBCU. It is what it is for the most part. If we were going by the scale of 5-star athletes, for the most part, I would say the SWAC, MEAC are going to get those 1 to 3-star athletes on a consistent basis. Would you agree or disagree with that comment?
I agree. And we might slide in. You might slide in probably every couple years or 3 years out of the whole SWAC. To say I speak SWAC, I can't speak MEAC, but just the SWAC, we might have that 5-star girl out of all the teams, you know. So I agree. I totally agree. Yes. Okay.
Now, with that being said, if I'm already going to be coaching in this conference on this level, then should there be a mental approach as developing my system on the type of player, because you just said it, and if anybody doubt the confidence that you have, and for the record, a lot of people that don't understand confidence will speak arrogance, but I'm hearing nothing but confidence, not only in your ability, but in your players' ability if they just follow the blueprint. So when you know that going into the system, then it kind of redefines the type of players that you try to bring into an Alcorn situation.
Yeah, I'm. If you can go, like, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I just learned how to deal with what I have, and at the end of the day, some coaches be like, man, this is a bad situation. We don't have this and we don't have that. I just feel that at the end of the day, I'm a head coach, and, God blessed me to be a head coach. So he said, Chelsey, this is what you have right now. So what are you going to do with it? So at the end of the day, my ability and what I can do, I have to make it work. And how I'm going to make it work, I gotta refine this young lady, not only as an athlete, but I gotta make sure that she's mentally ready in the classroom, on the court, and then after that, I can actually teach her the skills and everything of being a volleyball player. But at the end of the day, like you said, that sometimes you get that one-star, person, but she's an athlete, but don't know really anything about volleyball. But my blueprint, like you just said, if she stick with it, she'll be great, and that's how I just go into stuff a lot. I came from high school programs where they didn't have a volleyball program, that they just basically was existing. And, when I got to it, they were able to compete, in the top 8 in their state. I was number 8 in state. I was predicted to lose in high school, and then I went to the playoffs, and we made it to the top 4. We wound up beating number 2 in state. And, and it's just, you got to convince your girls to buy into your program. And honestly, you're going to have girls that never buy in. They don't want to change. And those things, at the end of the day, you got to keep reminding them. You always have athletes that can replace you, always.
It's not just athletes. It's in life. You don't want to do it. There's somebody that's willing to do it.
Yes.
We're talking with Coach Chelsey Nicholas of the Alcorn State Lady Braves. Truly excited about what you're going to bring and the energy that you bring to Brave Nation. Now, let us get a little focus on your 2017 campaign. Who are some of your thriving forces that you're going to be leaning on pretty hard opening up into this season?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. Can you repeat that again?
No, I was just saying highlight some of your key returning players and some new additions that you're bringing to your club this year.
This year, I definitely have some seniors coming back: Heather Jackson, Brittany Dumas, Lolithia Jones. I have those coming back. Those seniors, they, like I said, it was underneath a different coach 3 years ago for 3 years, and those are girls that they're starting to buy into the program. They're much better. Some of them were still off because of injuries, but now they're working hard in the weight room and everything. Working hard to come back, definitely get on the court. I have Jasmine Chambers, a great setter that's coming out of Texas. She'll be coming out of Texas. I have Brittany Davis, another recruit, that's going to be coming on the Brianna Davis, that's going to be coming in as a dominant hitter. I have some junior college players that's coming in that, we never had that type of talent that's coming in this year. So that's why I'm definitely excited just to be able to be in the presence of those volleyball players, So I'm definitely excited for these young ladies to come on and join Brave Nation.
Well, we're excited to be a part of it. We look forward to the continued growth and the reports that will be coming in each and every week right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Coach Nicholas, you have been definitely a breath of fresh air. We look forward to seeing the Lady Braves do their things on and off the court, because we plan on doing Player of the Week profiles and anything that's going to be of a positive light, not only with Brave Nation but with SWAC Nation. We're going to be here to highlight that here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Is there anything you would like to share as we get ready to wind down with this segment?
The only thing that, I just want to, remind any athlete, that's going to want to play volleyball. You always remember that, don't just play. Be the player, be the person that when I step in the gym or any coach or any collegiate coach step in the gym, be the person that we recognize and say, we want you, make us want you. You should always try to stand out, and you don't have to be that 5-star player. At the end of the day, if you have potential and we see that you're willing to work hard and get better, we want you. So be the player.
Absolutely well put together. Coach Nichols of Alcorn State, thank you so much. I'm Dr. Mike Prince. As always, be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.